Welcome to T's Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and woo, boy, the DC circuit is hot today. Boy, what they say, the block is hot, the block is hot today, y'all. Because I'm going to have to quote the great Muhammad Ali by saying, James Gunn shook up the world today because, boy, he dropped some news that everybody's been waiting for. You know, for months, everybody's been trying to pick at what little information that he put out there in tweets and theories of what's going to happen. And today we finally got an idea of what James Gunn is going to be doing with the DC universe. Now, he shared some of the projects that he's going to be doing for the new DC universe moving forward. You know, if you follow this channel, you know I'm a DC guy. I love Marvel. Marvel is awesome and as well. But DC is my jam. You know, Batman was my all-time favorite hero. Arrow, the Green Lantern. No, that's Green Lantern. I love Green Lantern, don't get me wrong. Martian Manhunter, all that green, man. It's all about that green. But, you know, it's just, DC has been, it's just, I have not understood why we are still here at this point. I mean, I feel like things are going to change, but it's just been a mystery as to why the lack of vision, the lack of direction, the lack of a cohesive cinematic universe. Why has it been this way for so long? And that's been the most frustrating thing for us all DC fans. You know, why the lack of a direction? It just doesn't. It never made any sense to me. And you know, I just felt like DC has never known or had an idea of what they wanted to do ever since the Dark Knight trilogy ended. It's just been, everything's just been up in the air. They've been reactionary. They'll throw something up against the wall and see if it sticks. You know, they're afraid to make certain movies. They're afraid to make a Green Lantern film ever since the whole Ryan Reynolds thing went bad and didn't work out. They didn't know really what they wanted to do with Batman. You know, it's just like we've had like 9,000 Batmans since Christian Bale. You know, then they turned around and they gave us a Man of Steel movie, but it was like a darker version of the Man of Steel. You know, Zack Snyder's overall vision, I feel, you know, that's not to take shots at Zack Snyder, but I just feel like his overall vision for the DC universe was not what the majority of the fans wanted to see. They didn't want to see a darker version of the DC characters. I felt like he was better suited for an Elseworlds tale for the DC characters. I felt like Zack Snyder would have really flourished in a Flashpoint universe with the Thomas Wayne Batman and all that, but not the standard DC universe. But for years, you know, the DC has just been in limbo. They've been running around in the dark, not knowing what they're going to do from one film to the next, you know, and, you know, we had the whole situation with Black Adam that didn't go so well. I mean, it was just like Rock thought he was going to be moving forward with that universe. Then they said, no, you're not. Then they said, on top of that, Henry Cavill will not be returning to Superman, even though he announced that he was coming back. So DC has just been a mess. You know, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, no more. You know, it's just been one thing after another. So now we're here. We're here with the promise of a new DC universe with a new direction, a fresh slate, a more renewed vision moving forward. So, you know, James Gunn, who is in charge of the DC projects along with Peter Safran, they are going to be heading up the new division for DC movies. Their vision and one of the keys to this universe is for everything to connect, for everything to make sense, whether it be from the TV side of things or from the movie side of things, as well as the video game side of things. That's one of the things that I've always wanted from this DC universe, much like Marvel, is that everything connects. There's not 5,000 versions of every character. You know, you have your films and you have your TV side of things that connect and build towards that larger universe. So that's something that is promising. That's something positive that I took and I've taken out of James Gunn's tenure so far with DC, is that he wants everything to connect. Before I get into the reveals, a few things that James Gunn did mention in terms of the old regime of the DC universe. The Flash film will indeed reboot the entire DC universe. So we all kind of felt and knew that going in. So that will be the case. Aquaman and Zachary Levi Shazam is a part of the old regime of the DC universe. The Blue Beetle film with Jaime Reyes, I'm not sure if that is going to be a part of the new DC universe moving forward. It seems like it is, or it may not be. I don't know. Not too clear on that. But he did mention that upcoming Flash film is one of the best films he's seen. And that's what a lot of people have been saying. I've heard that Christopher Reeve's Superman has a cameo in this film. So we're going to discuss everything that he announced today, starting with the Creature Commandos animated series. Now, I'm not familiar with this. You know, there's some characters that he announced that I'm gonna have to do some research on. But this Creature Commando seems to be pretty interesting. You know, it seems like one of the characters is Frankenstein, if I'm not mistaken. And I love Frankenstein, folks. I've been researching that character ever since I purchased that figure, that mega figure. So if this is Frankenstein, then I most definitely want to check this out. But this is one of those series where, yeah, I don't know these characters, but I want to see how this plays out. And I'm more intrigued to research these characters now, you know, which is an awesome thing. I always like new characters and new stories and different takes on things. So this is interesting, and this is exciting for me as a comic fan to now research some characters that I don't know much about. So that's an element that I found in his reveals today that's exciting for me. So Creature Commandos is an animated series that he'll be doing. And next up, he revealed that he will be doing a TV series titled Waller, which will follow Amanda Waller teaming up with the Peace Patrol. And Amanda Waller will be played by Viola Davis. They'll be retaining her, which makes sense. She is one of the greatest actors of all time. So I honestly, even though he's getting rid of some characters, actors that were in the old regime for the DC universe, I'm happy that he's going to be keeping, you know, Viola Davis. You know, for me, I would never get rid of Viola Davis. The only reason why I would maybe recast Viola Davis, you know, as Amanda Waller, is if I can get the lady that actually voiced Amanda Waller in the Justice League Unlimited series. I think she's her CC Pounder, if I'm not mistaken with her name. That's the only person that I would recast her for, because she actually played Amanda Waller, and she's another legendary actor. So, I mean, but keeping Viola Davis, for me, is a no-brainer. And then on top of all that, there's just no scenario why I saw how he would get rid of Peacemaker and that whole world that he's created that has been successful. So there's no way. I figured he was definitely not going to be scrapping, you know, that cast and that world that he created. So that makes sense that he's going to be using Peacemaker with Viola Davis and continue to play out that whole story and everything. So I look forward to seeing how that plays out. You know, anything with Viola Davis and DC, sign me up. So I look forward to that. And then we have what he says is going to be the true beginning of the DC universe with the film Superman Legacy. Now, this is going to be, in his words, big, and I feel it's going to be big. And James Gunn is going to be writing this film, and I'm interested, folks. I'm interested in seeing how he handles Superman. Over the holidays, I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, and in my mind, while watching the Guardians of the Galaxy special, I'm thinking in my mind, dude, he's going to knock it out of the park with the Green Lantern Corps, and he's going to definitely do awesome with a Superman film. The hope, the optimism, the joy, the wonder, those good feelings that I felt watching that Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special are the things that I hope to see in a Superman film, as well as in a Green Lantern film. So I'm excited for this Superman Legacy, and I look forward to seeing how they're going to handle this film, who they cast, and how they incorporate him into this new DC universe, or how he spearheads this new DC universe. So excited about Superman Legacy. You know, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more information to come as they continue on. I know I saw one tweet where James Gunn said once they finish the script and everything, then you'll hear a casting. They'll have an official casting for Superman. So that's going to be really interesting. The internet will explode once he announces the casting of Superman. So this film is slated for July 11th, 2025. All right, and up next, we're getting a project that fans have really been waiting and wanting for. what seems forever, and that is an HBO series titled Lanterns. And this will feature Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. And he said this is going to be more like a intergalactic space cops patrolling the universe, uncovering a terrifying mystery that ties into the larger scope of the DC universe. And I love that. And that's something that I would do. I would utilize a character or story arc that will tie and build towards something major for the DC universe moving forward. So that's huge, because if you're not familiar with the Green Lanterns, folks, they got some stories. they got some stories that are huge within the whole DC, mythos. You have Blackest Night, you have, the Parallax, you have all these things, the Red Lanterns. There's just so many things that the Green Lanterns tie into. They're intergalactic space cops, so they travel the cosmos. So that could be anything. Whether you could even tie Darkseid, you could tie anything. The Martians, in the Manhunter, you could tie anything into all of those factors. Then you have Sinestro. You have all of the other Green Lanterns that we could see. He teased that we may see other Green Lanterns in this series as well. But I like that idea of a Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan, buddy cop mystery type of a show. That's something I really wanted for the Martian Manhunter. That's why I would like a Martian Manhunter series which sees John Jones on Earth as a detective, investigating, special cases, which involves odd phenomenons. I really wish that we could get something like that, like a mystery show with a John Jones. Hopefully we might get that, who knows. But I'm excited about this. We're finally getting the Green Lantern project, something that fans have been wanting for years. I mean, they've been afraid to make a Green Lantern film for over 15 years or so, who knows, maybe like 10, 15 years. So we're finally getting Green Lanterns. I'm excited about that, folks. Hopefully we'll see Alan Scott. I love Alan Scott, so hopefully we'll see him as well. And Kilowog. I love Kilowog. And Sinestro. There's just the sky's is the limit with the Green Lanterns. So we're going to get a Green Lanterns HBO Max series. And then up next, you mentioned the film The Authority. Now, this is yet another one of those characters or teams that I don't know much about, but I'm going to investigate. I'm going to research these characters and this team. As a comic fan, again, this excites me. It's exciting to research characters that I don't know about. I love new characters or different takes on things. So this is something that's going to be really cool for me as a fan. So I look forward to this. And he said that this is a group of superpower heroes who feel that the world is broken and are looking to fix the world by any means necessary. Now, this opens up a whole Pandora's box, because that means they're going to inflict their own way of being and going about things on the world. And in doing this, how does that sit with the rest of the DC universe? How does that sit with the Justice League? How does that sit with Superman? I heard that the possibility of a Superman taking this team on. So it opens up so many possibilities. As soon as I heard him say a group of superpower individuals who feel that the world is broken and who want to fix it by any means necessary, it means that might not sit well with the rest of the DC universe. So that's an interesting arc, and I like that. So I look forward to this Authority. I'm gonna be doing some research on the Authority. All right, and then we also have the TV series Paradise Lost. This is based in the Wonder Woman's world of the Mascara, and this is going to be sort of like a Game of Thrones meets Wonder Woman and the Mascara. So this is yet another interesting project, and this is a project that could be huge, if handled correctly. So I look forward to this. So my question here is Wonder Woman the featured character in this Paradise Lost story arc, or is it going to feature just other characters, and has Wonder Woman left the Mascara already? Or is it going to be kind of like an origin, all her adventures on the Mascara before she leaves the island? So that's going to be interesting. And this all fits into the plans that, you heard here and again in terms of David Zaslav wanting this new DC universe to focus on the Trinity. So we're getting projects from the Trinity. We haven't got the Batman yet. We're going to get the Batman. But this Paradise Lost is going to be interesting, folks. I think it opens up the door for a lot of things, from the mystical side of things with the mascara, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on there. And again, it just opens up so many things and stories and characters that you can explore onto the mascara. There's a lot of interesting characters and warriors and things that we can be introduced to, or that we don't know or we do know. So I look forward to this. Some interesting ideas that we're seeing here. And then up next is the one that I've been looking forward to hearing, because y'all know Batman's my guy, and it is an actual film titled The Brave and the Bold, and I call this is going to be called Batman and Son. And so this film will introduce our new Batman to the new DC universe, along with his son, Damian Wayne. Now, this project is going to be based off Grant Morrison's comic run featuring Batman and Damian Wayne, and how Batman is attempting to work with Damian Wayne through his ways and bring him over towards more of his way of thinking of justice, not vengeance type of mentality, where, Damian Wayne, he comes from, the upbringings of Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, and the League of Assassins. So that's going to be very interesting. And this is going to be the first time, folks, that we get to see a Robin in a live action film. We've never seen that before. We've never seen Damian Wayne in live action at all. So this is a first on many different levels. And as a Batman fan, I'm excited about this, folks. This right here won me over, and it picks up at a point in Batman's career where he's been doing it for a while. So we're not getting an origin story, and this is the route I would have went in terms of picking up right here, where we have Batman, we have his son, and then we also have the Bat family. The Bat family is out there, so we're going to be introduced to the Bat family. Dick Grayson, maybe he's transitioning to Nightwing. We have Batgirl. We could have Tim Drake Robin. We could have the Signal. Batwing, Batwoman. The skies is the limit. So it's going to be really interesting to see this new world of Batman with Damian Wayne. So I look forward to this, folks. Now I got to go back and read that Grant Morrison's run now, folks. I'm excited about this. So I'm trying to keep it under control, but I'm excited. This one won me over. This is one that made me go, okay, yeah, he's on to something. All right, so I'm excited about this Batman thing, folks. It's just, Batman's my jam. So I look forward to seeing how they handle Batman, who they cast as Batman, how they handle his costume. Will we get the gray and blue costume in this new James Gunn universe? Will they go there with the yellow emblem? How will they handle the costume? I look forward to that. Look forward to Damian Wayne. So stay tuned for more on that, folks. All right, up next, we have the HBO Max series Booster Gold. Actually, this is interesting because I recently started reading more Booster Gold comics, and I've come to really appreciate the character more than I did. He's in some incarnation, he's not the goofball that he's portrayed in other incarnations. He plays to be the goofball, but he's really not that. But I really look forward to seeing what this project is going to bring to the table in terms of, will I get to see my boy Blue Beetle? That's what makes this series intriguing to me. This series really fits into James Gunn's style. It doesn't surprise me. You have this superhero or this guy from the future who is not known very well in his time. He wants to be somebody that people look up to and know. He wants to be a hero, so he utilizes all of this future tech by going back to the past. And it's going to be interesting. And I do believe that Chris Pratt will play Booster Gold. That's just a given. There is rumors out there that James Gunn will be utilizing, the actors from his Guardians of the Galaxy films within this new DC universe. And Chris Pratt as Booster Gold makes all the sense in the world. He fits that character to a T, so I look forward to that. But again, I'm excited for the possibility of finally getting Blue Beetle in a live action film, because years ago they mentioned that they were going to do a Blue Beetle and Booster Gold film, but they scrapped it. So this could be, he probably heard about that, I don't know, but so it's going to be interesting to see how they handle this Booster Gold project. Again, I want to see my boy Blue Beetle though. Want to see Blue Beetle. I got to see Ted Cord. And up next we have a film titled Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Now, I don't know much about the story. The pitch that he mentioned sounds really interesting. And he says based off Tom King's comic run, Woman of Tomorrow. So I'm going to definitely have to do some research and read that story arc and see how that plays out and how that could possibly, play out into the live action side of things. But, describing Supergirl as this more jaded individual who came up in more of a rougher upbringings than her cousin Kal-El is going to be pretty interesting as well. So I want to see how this story is. I want to do some research on this story. But Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is a project that will be a live action film. So I'm kind of shocked that they're going to do a Supergirl film this early in the game. I figured they want to just focus on Superman for a while and then they introduce Supergirl. But apparently they want to introduce Supergirl into this new universe early on, which is interesting. So, we'll see how all this plays out. But I'm definitely going to read that Tom King run to see how that looks. All right, up next, folks, we got yet another one that I'm really excited for, man. Oh, boy, I'm telling you, it's like redemption for this character here because he was done wrong years ago on live action TV. And I'm talking about that Swamp Thing. Yeah, the Swamp Thing is back, folks. He's getting his live action film. This will be a dark horror story based within the origins of the monster known as Swamp Thing. I'm excited for Swamp Thing. That TV series was hands down one of the best DC TV series ever, besides Superman and Lois and the first season of Flash and the second season of Arrow. Man, I'll tell you, that TV show Swamp Thing was the best, folks, and it was such a shame that it was canceled and that it was announced like after the first episode or before the first episode, which was really weird. So due to budget reasons and something else that was going on with the project. But I'm excited, folks, for Swamp Thing for a variety of reasons. One, I love the character. I love his story arc. I love how this tortured man, this guy has become this thing, this supernatural being that lurks and lives within the swamp. And how he ties into more of the supernatural, genre or world in the DC. And he also opens up the opportunity of Justice League Dark. So I feel like he's going to announce more projects as the years or this year goes on. And I feel like we're going to get a Justice League Dark announcement. I feel like the Swamp Thing really leads into Justice League Dark and he opens up that door to that. I can't see Swamp Thing without thinking Justice League Dark is just around the corner. So I feel like that's coming. I'm excited for Swamp Thing. I'm so happy that he's going there because I just hated how that series was done. So, and I feel like he's going to do Swamp Thing justice. So I'm really excited for Swamp Thing, folks. So that's all that he revealed today or for what's going to happen with the DC Universe moving forward. I'm pretty sure he has more projects that they're working on as well, which is exciting in its own. But I will say this, folks, there are going to be people who are excited for everything that he announced. There are going to be people who are excited for some of the stuff. And there are going to be people who are not excited at all. Or maybe some people who are just, they don't know which way they want to go at things. But the one thing that I hope that we can all agree on, and we may not agree on because not everybody has to agree on everything. But the one thing that I'm happy with, first and foremost, is that we have somebody that actually has a plan. That's the one thing I feel like everybody can at least agree on, man. Like, we have somebody for a change that has a plan for the DC Universe moving forward. We've never had that. We've never had someone that had a plan for what they're going to be doing moving forward. They have never had that, okay, this is how we're going to do this. This will tie into this. This ties into that. And I feel like we're getting that with James Gunn and Peter Safran because James Gunn, he worked under Kevin Feige. He learned under Kevin Feige. So that's something positive that I'm drawing from this situation. And just listening to how he is seeing things. I understand. Honestly, I personally understand this slate. I'm excited for it overall. I'm excited for these new characters and these new stories that I'm going to be introduced to and that I get to research and read up on. That's exciting as a DC fan. You know, I'm excited for the new Batman movie. I'm excited for Swamp Thing. I'm excited for the Green Lantern, Superman, Paradise Lost. I mean, even Supergirl, The Authority, even the things I'm not so sure on or familiar with, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued as a fan. But above all, I liked hearing him talk about how the focus, first and foremost, is story. The key to great storytelling and character development is, first and foremost, are the important things when you talk about building out a universe. Listening to him talking about those factors really gives me hope and gets me excited, because it's all about telling a great story and focusing on that first and foremost, and giving the fans what they want. And I feel like he's going to attempt to do that. It won't please everybody. I understand that. There's some things that I might not agree on, but overall, I'm excited, folks. I'm excited as a fan of the DC character. I'm excited of the possibility of what other characters can pop up in these projects. And it's exciting to see that somebody actually has a plan for a change, because we've never had that. No one has ever had a plan. So, one thing he also mentioned is he is excited for the fact that every writer, and what they're looking for is that every writer on every one of these projects is going to bring something different, a new take, a new, type of a style for each project. Much like the Marvel Studios, every movie is different. Every movie has a different tone, different take, different direction. Winter Soldier, you had it as this espionage, spy thriller, where you have Doctor Strange, just this supernatural type of a mystical type of a story arc. Everything is different. So I like that, and I look forward to seeing that within the DC universe, how every creator, every director, every writer is going to have their different take or their different, spin or tone, not tone, but their different, style on these films, yet they're all going to still make sense and connect together within the fabric of the DC universe. A few more bits of DC news. Matt Reeves' The Batman sequel will release October 3rd. 2025. That's the same year that the new Superman film will release. So that's 2025 is going to be huge, folks. And then we also have news that the Superman and Lois, or the Lois and Superman television series, has 1 to 2 more seasons in it. So that's a sigh of relief. So that series is not going to get canceled. As I said before, that is hands down one of the best DC, if not the best DC series that they've ever had. So I'm happy that Superman and Lois will continue on for at least another season or 2, which is about right. So I'm excited about that as well. But folks, let me know in the comments, what do you think about everything that's been revealed thus far? Are you excited? Or are you like some of it, but not all of it? Are you on the fence? Or you just do not like any of this at all? Let me know in the comments. Share your thoughts. Also, folks, be sure to ring that bell for all notifications so that you get all of my content pieces as it drops. Also, folks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Like, share, and subscribe. For those of you who've done that already, I appreciate you, and I thank you all. And until next time, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. Same bad time, same bad channel, folks. Talk to you later. Bye for now.